Pokemon Nuzlocke are fun. Aside from the usual side effects of crippling depression and self-hatred whenever your favorite Pokemon dies, they're fun to do. Sure, there are those random critical hits or self-destructing coughings that may end your run at the most inconvenient of times. People still do them, and I am one of those people. I recently tried a hardcore Emerald Nuzlocke and failed miserably, but I want to do another one. But rather than a hardcore Nuzlocke, I thought it would be funner to do a fully randomized Platinum Nuzlocke, because why not? That sounds fun. I soon found out that randomized Nuzlocks are whack. You walk into Route 1 and suddenly a wild Gordon Ramsay appears. Like, what the frick, man? So yeah, I did one of those, and it was weird. And here's the story. My journey started off just like any other normal day. I was watching TV, then I went over to my friend's house, and we ran away from home to try and get ourselves killed in the tall grass. You know, a typical Saturday morning. But luckily for us, good old Professor Rowan showed up and stopped us from being stupid. Have some Pokemon. I reluctantly opened the briefcase and braced myself for the worst. My choices were extravagant. In Pokeball number 1, we have a Pidgeotto. Not bad. In Pokeball number 2, we have an Azumarill. Solid. And oh my freaking gosh. Is that no way. Will you look at that? My starter is the freaking god of all Pokemon, Arceus. So that's cool. I named my Arceus Oranos, grabbed my 5 Pokeballs, and went on my merry way with my pet god on a leash. The first thing I do is I head back to Lake Verity and get my first encounters. Wow, this game really is random. After making it to Jubilife City and happily taking some free XP from my rival, I ran into a bit of a speed bump. We're fine, we're alright, we're alive. It's not like this little kid has himself the god of time, you know. Completely normal for 8-year-old kids to have a pet god. Happens all the time. Wait, what? I thought there's only one Arceus. Oh gosh. I'm gonna have to keep track of it. Seriously? The game just started. Well, this sucks. First deaths always do. They're so abrupt and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Got nothing to say about this. I wasn't overly fond of him. But with every down, there's an up. And that up was in the form of a Dragonair that knew Dragon Rage. And this serpentine creature carried us through Rourke and gained us our first gym badge. 1 down, 7 to go. Being the hero of the story is super annoying, and because Team Galactic was up to no good, doing something in the Windworks with somebody's daddy, I have to do something about it. It was super easy, barely an inconvenience. But aren't these kind of jobs for the police? Well, I continued on to Eterna City, grabbed the Explorer's Kit, and booked it back to Oreburgh City as fast as I could. Why, you might ask? Well, they've got a dude that can revive fossils. And because all items are randomized, I had collected a few along the way and wanted some new team members. And good thing I did, because Gardenia thought it would be funny to use a Feraligatr and Cresselia to try and murder me. But all thanks to my newest team member, Demeter the Sceptile, they were no match. For the sake of the plot, I have to go to the Galactic building and beat everyone up. Super easy, right? Wrong. For some reason, the grunts managed to get their hands on a Giratina and Latios. Like, really, man? The Latios killed Hermes, my Dragonair. I was super mad. So I left. Yeah. I accidentally deleted the recording of Hearthome and the gym battle, and I think it was easy, so I'll check another badge off my list. Okay, I can't stay mad anymore. I've had some pretty good luck. I needed a good fighting type on the team, so I caught a Metachan. The wretched Ace Trainer battle right before Veilstone? That was a breeze. Then, I'm still shaking my head at this one. Just watch this. Yes, you saw that right. I found a Master Ball, which came in super handy when I found this bad boy. Yeah, I've got a freaking Latios now. With the squad looking tight, Maylene's Weedle, Blastoise, and Parasect didn't stand a chance. 4 badges down, 4 to go. Up next on my kick butt list was Crash or Wake. If his team wasn't randomized, I'd be worried about his float soul. But there was an even bigger threat on his team to worry about. But before I could do anything about it, my rival thinks it's his personal job to test my team's strength every time I try to make some progress. I lead with Latios to take out his Typhlosion, and then continue to beat up his Kricketune. Usually these fights are no biggie, but this time, my Latios almost died. And that's not okay. I like my Latios. Then his Azumarill got a solid crit on my Sceptile. Then his very own Latios got a crit paralyzed Dragon Breath on my Arceus and scared the living crap out of me. That could have been bad, but not to worry. Everyone is alive and I plan to keep them that way. Now it's time to leave Crasher in our own wake. The battle started off good. His Shiftry fell to an Aerial Ace. Then he immediately brought out an Arceus. And you remember that Medicham I caught a while ago? Yeah, well, I brought him out, and he just straight up died. So then I brought out my own Arceus, and the fight turned into a screaming match. The gym badge was ours. I'm gonna go this way. Anyways, Cynthia wants me to take an old charm to her grandma. And because I'm such a gentleman, I proceed to beat up Cyrus right in front of her grandma. Because that's what gentlemen do. His team, I kid you not, was comical. A Psyduck, a Vulpix, and a Happiny. Randomized Nuzlockes are tight. Up until this point, I hadn't had any interesting first encounters along my journey. Then, as if a switch had been flipped, my next 7 encounters were amazing. And I found another Master Ball. I caught Napoleon, Metagross killed itself, I killed an Electivire, I Master Balled a Darkrai, a Typhlosion almost killed my Arceus, I ran from a Regigigas, and I caught a Toxicroak. I head off to Candelave to get myself another gym badge, and the first trainer I look at brings out a Giratina. What is it with everyone having the most powerful Pokemon in the game? Anyways, my Pokemon seem to have a knack for almost dying a lot. I mean, I like that they don't die, but I hate that they almost die. Like, I was fighting Byron, to get my next gym badge. So I killed his Zangoose and Mankey, and then his Demeter almost dies to a Gligar. Anyways, I need to stop saying anyways. We got the gym badge and that's all that matters. Then Professor Rowan sits us down and is like, blah blah blah, blah blah Pokemon, blah 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 lake, blah blah these nuts, blah blah, boom. Right, let's go skiing. The fight wasn't even interesting, so 7th gym badge done, 1 to go. Then the plot starts to intervene in my plans, and for some reason, I have to stop the bad guys before I can do anything else. Like, what the heck, man? Can't I just stay out of this? I'm just an 8-year-old kid. You have no business with me. Cynthia, the friggin' champion of the Sinnoh region, is right there. Can't just Fine, you asked for it. Alright, I'm here, Cynthia. What am I supposed to do against a Dialga and Palkia and a Giratina that pulled Cyrus into the distortion world? Bring out Arceus to stop them? Don't be ridiculous. I'll just jump into the hole Giratina left and chase him through a dimension I've never been to and hope I don't get lost and die. That sounds like a much better plan. Come on. This is what I get for being the protagonist, I guess. I still don't understand Cyrus's plan, but Cynthia wants him dead, so I guess I have to go kill him. Well, here goes nothing. Then I stumbled around for an hour, pushing rocks into holes and trying to find where Cyrus went. Oh, then I found him. And you want to know who was standing right next to him? Yeah, Cynthia. She's just standing there, doing nothing, waiting for me to do all the work. And she's the one that wants him dead. So Cyrus fights me. Everyone dreads this fight almost as much as the fight with Cynthia, so I was slightly worried. He led with Monstar, and Sceptile took care of it with ease, and then his Persian and Corsola fell to some more Leaf Blades. Then I left it to Arceus to decimate the Plusle. So far, so good. Then he sent out a Pokemon that could actually put up a fight, and that was a Miss Magius. It took a few minutes, but eventually Arceus took it down, and we moved on to fight Giratina, the god of the distortion world. I walked up to Giratina, looked him in the eyes, and quick-balled him immediately. Dang. Guess I have to use my third Master Ball of the game. Well, looks like it'll be smooth sailing from here on out. Team Galactic is no more. I've got a full team of 6, 3 of which are gods, and Volkner is ripe for the harvest. Another route means another encounter, and will look at that, it's a Tyranitar. So far, none of the deaths have hurt that bad. But my gosh, that one, it hurt. I loved Latios. I really did. We're gonna win this one for you, Zephyrus. Nothing is going to get in our way. Okay, now I'm just mad. Give me that. I was mad. I wasn't fast, but I was furious. And just because I could, I ditched the rest of my team and entered the league with a team full of legendaries. Spite was my greatest motivator. Let the games begin. The only threat Aaron posed was with his Moltres. But once Tartarus encased it in the Tomb of Rocks and sent it to the distortion world, Aaron was barely more than a whiny child. Then came Bertha. She didn't really do anything. Just destroyed her. Oh, and Flint? The strongest Pokemon he had was a Vulpix. That should tell you enough. I don't even think he cared. But Lucian gave me a good scare right off the bat. His Sudowoodo got a good hammer arm crit on my Horanos, but it took care of Sudowoodo, and then his Lopunny, then his Frostlass, then his Shinx, then his Glameow. And then it came time to fight Ace Trainer Cynthia. She's probably the greatest trainer of all time, and I was going to crush her. I was going to avenge my fallen brother. I was going to destroy her. And I decimated her first 3 Pokemon in a matter of seconds. And then it came time for Cynthia's would-be Garchomp to show its face. I was too pumped on adrenaline to register the fact that her Garchomp was a Doduo. And I killed it in one hit. It was her Ho-Oh that proved a little more resilient, but soon went down and left Cynthia with her final Pokemon, Dusclops. For the sake of irony, I let Giratina loose and lead us to victory. The throne was mine. I had finally done it. I was the champion. Well, that was super easy, barely an inconvenience. I was trying to figure out the ending to this video, so I asked my friend for some ideas. He said, quote, "Maybe about how you drank the liquid form of luck, then became the physical form," close quote. Nah, it was all me. I'm just that good.